Brock Lesnar didn't just win. He didn't just dominate. He didn't just send a message. He erased a man from the ring. When Brock Lesnar stepped into that squared circle and locked eyes with the Vision, you could feel it. That uncomfortable silence. That tension. That sense that something ugly was about to happen. And then it did. The Vision thought he could stand toe-to-toe with a predator. He thought hype, momentum, and social media buzz meant something when a former UFC heavyweight champion is staring across from you. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Lesnar didn't wrestle him. He hunted him. German suplex. Another. And another. And just when you thought the Vision might get a breath of air, F5. The kind that makes the entire arena gasp in unison. Here's my first question for you. Did the Vision overestimate himself, or did WWE set him up to fail? Drop it in the comments. Because what we witnessed wasn't a competitive match. It was a public demolition. And that's what makes this so controversial. Was this about proving dominance? Was it about sending a message to the locker room? Or was it something more calculated? Lesnar has always been about control. He doesn't just beat opponents. He breaks narratives. He shatters momentum. He turns rising stars into cautionary tales. And the Vision? He walked in with swagger. He walked out carried. The brutality wasn't accidental. It was surgical. And if you paid close attention, you noticed something terrifying. Lesnar wasn't even breathing hard. He wasn't angry. He wasn't emotional. He was calm. That's worse. Because when Brock Lesnar is emotional, he's reckless. When he's calm, he's calculating. Now let's talk about what nobody else is saying. The Vision had been building momentum for weeks. Promos sharper than ever. Confidence at an all-time high. Fans debating whether he could be the next breakout force. And then one night with Lesnar reset everything. That's power. But here's the deeper issue. Why book this match at all? Was this meant to humble the Vision? Test him? Or was it punishment for something behind the scenes? You know how this business works. Sometimes destruction in the ring isn't just about storyline. And that brings us to something equally shocking. While Brock was dismantling one man, another superstar was walking a tightrope. Roman Reigns didn't lose. But he didn't win either. He drew. Let that sink in. The tribal chief. The head of the table. The man who built an empire on dominance.
A draw.
Now, on paper, that sounds neutral. Balanced.
Fair.
In reality, it's dangerous. Because a draw is doubt. And doubt is something Roman's entire reign was designed to eliminate. For years, he's controlled narratives, controlled outcomes, controlled factions, controlled championships. But this was different. The crowd reaction wasn't confusion. It was curiosity. And curiosity spreads faster than dominance. Here's a trivial one for you. In your opinion, what's worse for a dominant champion, a clean loss or a draw?
Think about it.
A clean loss means you got caught. A draw means you couldn't finish the job. And for someone who built their entire aura on finishing everything, that stings. There was a moment in that match, just a split second, where Roman looked unsure. Not scared.
Not weak.
But calculating. Almost like he realized something had shifted. Momentum in this industry is everything. You lose it, and suddenly challengers don't look so intimidated. The locker room starts whispering. Fans start fantasy booking. Commentators start planting seeds. A draw might look harmless. But historically, it's the crack before the collapse. Do you remember the exact spot where the crowd went silent? That hesitation. That pause. That awareness that maybe, just maybe, Roman isn't untouchable. And if Roman isn't untouchable, what does that mean for the hierarchy? Because dominance isn't just about winning matches. It's about perception. And perception just took a hit. Now, let's escalate things. Because while Lesnar destroyed and Roman drew, someone decided to strike from the shadows. Austin Theory didn't just appear. He attacked.
Suddenly.
Violently.
Strategically.
No music cue. No dramatic entrance. Just chaos. And that's when you know something is personal. Theory has always carried that chip on his shoulder. The smirk. The arrogance. The belief that he's smarter than everyone else. But this attack? This wasn't cocky. It was desperate. Or was it calculated? See, timing is everything. Why attack now? Why in that moment? Why not wait? Unless the goal wasn't to win, but to disrupt. When you attack someone unexpectedly, you control the narrative. You become the headline. And that's exactly what happened. Instead of talking about the aftermath of Roman's draw, the conversation shifted to theory. And let's be real, that's not coincidence. That's chess. So here's another one for you. Was Austin Theory's attack a sign of confidence or insecurity? Because confidence attacks to prove a point. Insecurity attacks to create one. And if you rewatch the footage carefully, you'll notice something interesting. He didn't look satisfied afterward. He looked tense, almost like he knew retaliation was coming. And in this business, retaliation is inevitable. But now we have to address the controversy that's lighting up social media. Logan Paul has been accused. And not in a vague, rumor mill way. Accused directly. The question is, of what? Backstage manipulation? Pulling strings? Creating chaos? Logan Paul has never been subtle. He thrives on controversy. He feeds off outrage. And that's exactly why this situation is explosive. Because when you combine an outsider with insider politics, you get unpredictability. Some believe Logan had something to do with the booking chaos. Some think he influenced the outcome of Roman's draw. Others believe he stirred the pot between Lesnar and the Vision. Wild theories? Maybe. Impossible? Not in modern wrestling. The lines between reality and storyline have never been blurrier. And Logan understands that better than anyone. He's built a career on controversy. He knows that being accused is sometimes more powerful than being proven innocent. Let's break this down logically. Brock destroys someone decisively. Roman draws unexpectedly. Austin Theory attacks out of nowhere. And Logan Paul is accused in the middle of all this? Coincidence? Or orchestration? Drop your theory in the comments right now. Because the more you zoom out, the more it feels connected. Let's revisit Lesnar. Destruction like that sends a warning. To everyone, including Roman. If the Vision was a message, what did it say? Maybe it said, I'm still here. Maybe it said, your dominance is temporary. Maybe it said, draws don't impress me. Because Lesnar doesn't deal in draws. He deals in endings. And that's what makes the current landscape terrifying. Roman's aura slightly cracked. Theory escalating tensions. Logan stirring controversy. And Lesnar standing in the middle of it all like a final boss. If you were booking this next chapter, who do you put against Brock?
Be honest.
Because whoever steps up next better be ready for annihilation. Now, let's talk psychology. The Vision losing like that can do one of two things. Break him. Or build him. Some superstars never recover from that level of defeat. Others come back colder. Smarter. More dangerous. The key is response. Does he disappear for weeks? Does he demand a rematch? Does he snap? And here's a fun trivia one. What's your favorite Brock Lesnar squash match of all time? Because love him or hate him, nobody squashes like Lesnar. Here's a final trivial question before we wrap this chaos up. What's more dangerous in WWE? Brute strength, political power, surprise attacks, or public controversy? Type your answer below. Because right now, all four are colliding. And when they collide, history gets written. Not politely, not safely, but violently. Brock Lesnar proved destruction still rules. Roman Reigns proved even kings can be tested. Austin Theory proved ambition strikes without warning. Logan Paul proved controversy never sleeps. And the Vision? He proved that stepping into the ring with a beast changes you forever. The real question now isn't what happened. It's what happens next.
And trust me,
whatever comes next, it won't be a draw.